Hi. Did you drive from Ukraine to here? Oh. Can you tell me which route you took? It's very interesting.
I actually drove to Portugal.
Portugal?
Yeah, then I returned to France and then to Ukraine.
So, from Ukraine to Portugal?
To Portugal on Tesla, yes. Then to France, then to UK, and I was three times I was in Croatia already.
3 times you were in
Croatia. So it's Italy, south of Italy, Croatia. It's 10 kilometers.
Oh,
Two ways.
it's very interesting. What you do?
I travel a lot on this.
Yeah? It's perfect. It's the fastest SUV in.
Yeah, it's very comfortable. You put autopilot on it, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and superchargers, lots of superchargers in Europe.
Yeah, I went to the furthest up in is Hungary. It's not, but Ukraine. You went to Ukraine?
I lived in Ukraine.
You lived in Ukraine?
Yeah, the war started and I went from Ukraine. I lived there. I was driving in Ukraine for 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, and then I left Ukraine 2 years ago.
What? Can you tell me anything about what's going on? Because I don't know. I don't really watch the news.
News lie.
Lies.
Of course.
Can you tell me the truth?
The truth that front is collapsing. And,
which front? Sorry.
Ukrainian front. Ukraine retreats every day.
Oh no.
Every day retreats for 1 kilometer at least.
So that means Russia is winning?
Yes, all the time.
You can't stop the Russian bear because the Russian bears are more powerful now?
Of course. And they don't fight in full power.
Who doesn't fight?
Russians, they don't fight in full power. They not all, they didn't made the mobilization of people. So only contract people fight. In Ukraine, they grab you on the street and send you to trenches.
So they're using mercenaries. The Russians are using hired people to.
Yes, they hired Russian people, so they just pay for contract.
Yeah.
They don't grab people on streets. In Ukraine, you walk outside, and in 1 month you are buried.
That's the truth. Why doesn't the media tell the truth?
The media is shit. Don't believe in media.
That's why I don't watch the news.
Media lies every day. And,
how do you know the truth then? Who told you?
I have lots of friends in the military, and
Ukrainian military.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
not volunteers, not people that were grabbed. Actual
military. Yeah.
Actual military.
And I am ex-military.
Okay, very good.
Also, Telegram. In Telegram, you can find anything. In Telegram, you find that's not in media. Because in Telegram, you can find reports, and then on YouTube also, you can find reports from what is going on. You just type. Show you. You can see everyday changes in the front line. So I'll show you Russian channel.
What is the name of the channel so I can look?
It's Military Chronicles.
Okay.
So it's for today.
For today?
Yeah, today's what is going on today. And they explain every operation, they explain everything. So you can see every day. And if you like make a timeline of what was, so you will see that definitely they move every day retreat.
Do Russians want a slow retreat? They don't want to use their own army. For what reason?
I think they just don't want to spend a lot of money for this. It's not, they always, I think they think how to capture with less efforts.
Yes.
So that's why they go slowly. They send bombs, then they send troops. So their first attempt was very stupid as a military point of view. The first days of war was a lot of military mistakes from Russian side.
A year ago.
2 years ago.
2 years.
Yeah, 2 years ago when it started.
Yeah.
Because the front line was 5 kilometers away from my home. I heard it so the whole night, you know, my house and the forest, yeah? And behind the forest, in 5 kilometers, next village. And the whole night, the sky is white. Like a fireworks, but non-stopping fireworks. Just like explosions like this. This is explosions.
From which side? Both sides?
From both sides, yeah. And it was like, the sky was white. The whole night. So next day, this village ruined totally, like a desert. So it's like this.
What was the mistake there then? What did they do?
They didn't send backup. They sent offensive forces without.
What's the cap?
Backup. I mean supplies. They
didn't send. Logistically, they failed.
They failed logistically first of all. Then they failed like a military tactics. They thought it would be easier for them.
But that was the real Russian army or mercenaries then?
No, real
Russian army.
Yeah, it was real enlisted army.
When did the Russian army enlisted stop fighting and send mercenaries?
Maybe in 2 or 3 months.
Oh, is that all?
They're very fast. Yeah. So actually, the army is fighting, but all the new enlisted people, most of them are mercenaries, and they enlist more than they lose. So the army is growing now, every day, plus 1,000 people.
And just what do you think of Putin? I mean, people say fuck Putin and all this. What is your honest opinion on Putin?
He is very self-confident. He is very smart. When people say Putin is crazy, when people say that he's lost his mind, he wants to be a Tsar, it's stupid shit. It's like it's propaganda. He's very reasonable. He's very smart. He knows what he wants. He follows his word also. So I think Ukraine could negotiate with him. But you know, if I said it in Ukraine, I would be put in jail.
What do you think?
Because you can't say that there is some logic in this.
What do you think about Zelensky?
As for me, it's the biggest problem for Ukraine, because Zelensky is very stubborn and very like a Napoleon style kind of person. So he's very self-confident, and I think he's blinded.
Small man syndrome. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Napoleon. We call it Napoleon syndrome. Yeah, it's maybe not small man. Small man, but maybe you know. I don't believe that he takes his own decisions at all. I think he's just an actor who plays his role, and there is some managers
behind him. It's a puppet. Do you think?
I have some reasons to think of this, because I don't know all the information, but I have, I always try to understand the logics, and I have reasons to think this. One of the reasons is, have you seen there is a movie, Hollywood movie, A Tale Walks the Dog. 1 second. It's all about Ukraine. I'll show you.
Okay.
It's a very old movie, and
but it's good. It's realistic.
It's very good. It's it's not realistic, but
it's true.
It's true. If you see this movie, you'll understand what is going on in Ukraine.
Okay.
1 second. I have it in 1 second. This is the movie. I'll find the English name of this. Wag the Dog.
Dog wags the tail. The tail wags the dog. Wag the dog. Okay. Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah.
Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
And it's about Ukraine.
It's absolutely about Ukraine. If you want to know the truth.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's just about Ukraine.
Why did you leave the army? You don't.
I left army 20 years years ago before the war, because I was paid $155 per month. That's why I left army. I could have a big career in army, but you know, you can't live for this money.
even in Ukraine back then?
Even in Ukraine, that time it was very low payment. Yeah.
20 years ago, so that was 2004.
Yeah.
100 and how much dollars?
55
$155 a month.
a month. Yeah. I spent for flat 100, and I have 55 for living.
For bills and food
Yeah,
and entertainment.
For food, yeah. I spent 100 for not a flat, for a room in a flat. So, and they have 50. They didn't provide us with clothes. They didn't provide us food. Nothing. Just.
Was it easy to change the subject? Was it easy to buy the Tesla in Ukraine? This one, because it's got a Ukraine number plate. So
Yeah,
was it easy to buy it?
No, it's American Tesla.
No, but
It's
its
both-
number plates are Ukrainian,
Yes, it was
registered in Ukraine,
It was registered in
and
Ukraine.
bought in Ukraine.
And it was all the cars in Ukraine. They are brought from somewhere. So
Oh, okay.
this car was in United States. Then someone took it to Ukraine, and I bought it from a person in Ukraine.
Easy to buy, no problem.
In Ukraine, there are much more Teslas than here. 2 times more, maybe 3 times
Tell
more.
me why.
Because they bring cheap American cars. They renovate them in Ukraine. So they buy on auctions. They buy a car.
In America,
Yes, on auction in America,
Yeah.
in Copart. They buy.
Copart. Yeah, I know Copart.
Yeah, they buy there. They ship it to Ukraine, renovate in Ukraine for low money, and then sell.
Even Teslas.
Lots of Teslas, much more than here.
Can
believe me.
I buy a Tesla more easily in Ukraine as a? Is it
Yes.
difficult for me as a non?
Yes, but there will be some problems
Tell
because
me.
this Tesla is not European Union based. You will not be serviced here.
What do you mean service?
I can't go to Tesla service. with
Oh, you
this car.
can't?
No, because I need to pass a high voltage test. Because they say this car is not like
It's not.
not
Yeah.
certified for our market.
I understand.
Because it was this car had a small portal of charging.
I understand. Yeah.
And in Ukraine, they build it on their own.
They built it to this normal one.
Yes, and that is why this is not certified.
But I don't understand. If it's American, why isn't it right-hand drive?
They left-hand driven in America. Yes, and all new Teslas are LHD. They will not.
All new Teslas are.
Yes, all new.
Oh, sorry, it is American. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, it is different.
Yeah. All new Teslas, they will be. So Tesla will not provide. I think that Tesla will not make any more LHD Model X. Only left-hand driving. I was in Gatwick in the
Gatwick, yeah.
in
Service center. And what it is?
There was a same vehicle but plate and left-hand driving.
Oh, maybe imported.
Imported from United States.
And what were the plates? Did you
UK plates.
UK plates?
Yeah, I can put here UK plates also.
Easily?
Easily. I can put here in 1 or 2 months. It will cost me £300.
Yeah.
UK plates, yeah.
But what they say, it's an imported vehicle. There's no test for to see whether it's certified. You think it's
for
easy?
Ukrainians, there is a scheme for this.
Oh, okay, good.
So there is a way. But I don't want to put this place because it will force me to buy more expensive insurance and all this stuff.
Oh, it's cheaper insurance with the
I pay for maybe
150 a month.
no 200 per year.
Oh, come! You do not do that. Please tell me the secret. I'm dying. Please tell me this.
But I buy insurance is like a liability only.
Third party.
Yeah, it's third party only.
So which company? You have to be an import car, or
It's a green card. It's a green card type of insurance. So it's insurance for when you travel abroad. So this insurance will not work in Ukraine.
It not. But you bought it in Ukraine, or you bought it
Yes,
from a Ukrainian company?
I bought it from Ukrainian company and it works here.
But only with a Ukrainian car, I guess.
Yes.
I need to get involved with Ukraine. I'm dying financially. Like.
But Tesla, it saves money because I have a lot of on odometer. So
Yeah, you're.
I left Ukraine. 1 second. Where's my all my? It's here. So now I have 117 miles.
Yeah.
I left Ukraine with 40 miles.
With how much?
40.
40,000.
40,000. Yeah.
And when did you leave Ukraine? How many months ago?
It's 3 years ago. In 3 years, 60,000 miles.
Yeah.
No service, just
Of course.
replace tires, and I need to fix my suspension now.
Yeah, I need to fix it as well. I got the parts in the back.
Yeah, but to do this, I think I will have to go Poland because I know people who makes it good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I bought the parts for it, but if you, I mean, I got a guy who's a mechanic and he's going to help me out. If you wanted not to go to Poland, then I can give you my number. If you don't, that's fine. But let me know, because I think he wants to get more involved in Teslas. He's going to do my car.
And he's local somewhere.
He's near okay. Let me write it down. I'll type it down for you. A second. Okay, I'll just dial it, okay?
Yeah, of course.
Hopefully that'll... Yeah, there you go.
Okay, what's your name?
It's Carl with a
Carl?
K.
With K?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, so-
So you don't even need an MOT. What? Oh, you don't, because it's still...
I don't need an MOT because it's Ukrainian car, and they allow us not to have all of this until the war ends. Okay, save my money. Thank you.
That's funny, though.
So it's not, it's I not benefit from this war, but at least
The car.
I can save money on car. Yeah.
Okay.
But for Tesla MOT, I think it's not. There is nothing to break here.
No, I know. I think a lot of the petrol companies are a little bit upset. They invest, when I say petrol company, I mean petrol car mechanics, petrol car servicing, a bit upset about
They
electrics.
will be dead, all of them, because electric. I will never. I have lots of friends who say, "Why you bought this Tesla?" I always tell them, the guys, this car drives like Ferrari, even better. This car doesn't require service. If you don't like this car, it's your problem. But I will not change this car for something on petrol based, because I don't need it.
No.
Absolutely, it's so much better than. I just don't know why you should buy anything else.
No, I agree. I definitely agree, yeah. Okay. Thank you. It was nice speaking with you, okay? And yeah, I mean, it's really interesting what you said about Ukraine.
You just don't believe in all this media shit.
I never watched that shit.
And this guy, Boris Johnson, this crazy man, he came to Ukraine. He persuaded Zelensky not to stop the war.
Not to stop it.
Yeah, because
Not to negotiate.
Yes, and Zelensky.
What? Why? Why?
Because there are some people who benefit from war.
Yeah,
because
well,
they sell
selling.
weapons.
Well, I was going to say the Honeywell and all the UK companies that are.
Of course, and so there was a negotiation in Istanbul. They were supposed to stop the war, and they had agreement, already signed agreement. But then Boris Johnson came and told Zelensky not to do this, and it's official information.
Is that public domain
Yes.
information that Boris Johnson said it?
Yes, it's the Ukrainian government said. So Arachamia, he's in Ukrainian government, and he made interview, and he told that Boris Johnson came and he restricted us from signing agreement.
When you say, how can he restrict? What pressure?
It's about puppet government.
So you think Zelensky is a puppet?
Absolutely. You just follow this news. It's all public.
And then, do you think America has some control over Ukraine?
Of course.
A lot or little?
I think they share with UK.
Really, you think?
I think they just
playing.
I think they're playing.
And selling weapons and
yeah,
and people are dying, real people, right?
Yeah, and nobody cares about this. In 1997, there was an interview with Ukrainian president of Ukraine. It was Kravchuk. It's very old president. It's first president of Ukraine. First. 1997. On this interview, the interviewer asked Kravchuk, he tells that, do you know that in 2025 a war is coming? It was 1997. 2025 a war is coming between Ukraine and Russia, because one of the Institute of Studying of Military in the United States considered this as an option. It was a news. This war was planned 30 years ago. So if someone thinks that it's all coincidence and so on, it's not. It was planned. So I think these governments, they plan such things in 50 years in advance. So I think someone knows that there is gonna be some new war somewhere 50 years ahead. But we don't know about this.
But I heard, again, it might be wrong, that there was a period of peace up till about maybe 2004, 5, and then after that the wars started to increase again around the world.
Yeah.
Would you say that there's a lot more wars in the last 20 years, 10, 20 years?
No, they are a solution for some situations. And if economy collapses, the war can help to save the economy. So wars,
explain that, please.
There is a well-known economist. He's the most known economist in the United States, and he explains the cycles of civilizations. And let me guess his name. You can see his review. It's maybe 5 years ago or something like this. So he predicted lots of things.
A famous American economist.
Yeah, let me ask. I'll ask my wife.
I'm going to check my charger. What's the time? 11.
My wife knows everything. She's an economist.
Is she?
Yeah, so the situation, which is now, is very logical for us. So we're not surprised with all this. We're not happy, of course, but Юля, Юль, алло. Hello.
Text her.
I
tell me later. You tell me later. Drop me a message or something. These people who drive around in the UK with Ukrainian flags in the back. When you see one of those flags, do you feel neutral or happy or?
No, I think they should wear these flags on the front line if they want. Алло. Как зовут этого экономиста американского, который предсказал эти кризисы? Хочу, посмотреть хочу. Можешь напомнить? Помнишь вот это про Америку и Китай? Он биржевой аналитик, да, или как? Он вспомнишь скинь, хорошо. Давай. Shit, I don't remember.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
I think all these guys who like I'm Ukrainian and I'm proud of this. I agree, it's good, but if you know there are lots of these people aggressive, like we fight Russia and they sit here and they tell these guys in Ukraine go and die for Ukraine.
English people, some of them, right?
Not Ukrainians.
Ukrainians?
Yeah, all Ukrainians that left Ukraine, they are most aggressive people. So,
Really?
oh yeah, I mean anti-Russian aggressive. And they,
Anti-what? Anti-Russian, yeah.
Yeah, and they always tell that we should stand and fight until the end.
Yeah, but Ukraine used to be part of Russia. It used to be, they similar people, right?
Absolutely, you can't distinguish them.
It's like me saying I hate Wales. I hate,
Like
you
this.
know.
Watch this movie, Walk the Dog.
Yeah, I will, yeah.
And you will understand everything. Believe me, it's absolutely about Ukraine. It's the same.
Absolutely what?
About Ukraine. It's a movie about Ukraine.
So what about like the flags at the back of the car if they're English, and they're wearing Ukrainian flags at the back of their car? You don't feel happy or sad when you see them? Or normal?
I think it's their position. It's their position.
So doesn't mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't mean anything.
And you don't appreciate it? You don't care?
No, not,
I don't have one, by the way.
No, I'm not, like, I'm not, don't care.
Yeah.
I'm really, when I came to UK,
yeah.
I was really happy that how people supported us. Because,
okay.
But not because I'm a Ukrainian, because I'm a person in trouble.
Yeah.
And
so there was a part of the government settlements scheme.
Yes, and they helped a lot of people.
Really?
It really
even
helped.
to get houses. Well, not houses. I mean, they settle in the UK.
Yes, to settle.
Get jobs and stuff, or anything like that.
Yeah, but now we all without any guarantees, so we don't know what is gonna be tomorrow.
Wow.
And I can't settle here. I can't start business here.
You can't.
I can, but mentally I can't because
because at home sure. You're not at home. Yeah.
Yes, I'm not because I'm not sure what they will not send us go home.
Yeah, like the new government came in, for example.
Yes, I'm not sure that. So they don't. They provide us with temporary status, and we ask them on like portal or somewhere.
Yeah.
So like. We ask them what is going to be after. So can we have not this BRP, can we have leave to remain status and so on? And they told us no.
So you haven't got indefinite leave to remain?
No. And they told us that our stay here is not a way to get this status. So you are here temporarily, and when war ends, you are supposed to go home and rebuild your country. Which is not really smart for me because I'm not going to go there anyway because there will be no future in Ukraine for at least 10 years.
But you had a house, a properties, no?
Yes.
So what happened? You
Nothing.
Still own it?
It's just closed and that's all.
It's closed, locked, and
yes. And
no one can go. It's a war zone, or?
No, it's not a war zone, but I don't want to go there.
But you must have neighbors that are still living there, right?
Yes.
You phone them, you talk to them?
Yeah, lots of people go back to Ukraine. Also in Kiev now it's like a safe and people don't afraid. And actually Ukrainians, they got used to this and they don't afraid of explosions and so on.
Have you got any idea? I know you told me about war is there to make money and to rebuild countries, but have you got any idea of what Putin's end game is? What he wants? Does he want to take Kiev?
He has his goals. And he will try to reach his goals. I don't know for sure his goals. I think that the reason for this war is not language, is not religion, it's not all this bullshit. It's only what is behind the ground. It's
natural resources.
Yes, it's the only reason they fight for Ukraine, both of parties.
So has anyone got new drilling rights like the States to drill in Ukraine yet, or did they have it before any American rights to drill?
It was, first of all, it was between gas supply to EU
EU.
So they
The
fight.
EU.
Yeah, the fight was between who will supply gas. So it's all the wars in the world are about money. There are no wars about something else than money.
Does one of the gas supply lines for the EU go through Ukraine or not?
Two of them.
Two?
Yeah.
And are they the main ones from Russia?
Ukraine gets money from Russia for transfer. Yeah.
Oh
They
no!
trade, yeah.
Well, that's it's almost as simple like a sewage pipe. You know, you want to control the land that the pipe goes through, right?
And now they like updated the contract for a longer period of.
Oh, Ukraine updated it with Russia
Yes.
before the war.
Now, 1 month ago.
How do they do it if they're at war? How
They
can
want money.
But how? Why will the Russians agree to updating it?
Because Russians want money. They earn money on
Selling the gas.
Yes, and Ukraine got money on transiting the gas. And after this, I have to go and die? No, I'm not that stupid, you know.
This is amazing.
It's absolutely crazy stuff. This war is about
money. It's about money.
Yeah,
and real people are dying.
Yes. So what?
You know anyone? So what? Do you know anyone that died that you know?
A lot.
Okay. The people that you've spoken to.
One of my paragliding pilot friend died.
Fighting.
Yes. He was like sent from street. Then two of my construction workers died.
Your colleagues that used to work with you building?
They work in my company in Ukraine.
In Ukraine, yeah.
Yeah, so then my friend, he made furniture.
Yeah.
Also, he's lost in action.
So he was grabbed from the street?
Yes.
But he was what, walking in the street? Or?
You walk on the street, a bus goes by, bus stops, people in uniform run out of the bus, take you, drop it into the bus, smash you, and in 2 weeks you return dead. It is how it works. Your media doesn't show this. They claim it's not impossible, but we have, and you know, if you shoot a video of someone doing this crime, you will be put in jail for this video. Also.
By which government?
By Ukrainian.
But is there a secret service there? I mean, who has the permission? To the police or the army?
It's a private company. So they call it like.
So they don't have a KGB, but it's the equivalent to the KGB.
Look, it's a separate structure. It's called an army, a part of the army, but legally not. So legally, a separate organization, separate from army organization, is in charge to supply people to the front. They get paid for each person they catch on the street. And a lot of them caught for corruption. And for example, in 2 years, a person held in his home 6 million euros.
Who got caught for corruption? Some of these
guys.
Which guys?
Who grab people on streets.
They corrupt in what way? What are they doing wrong?
If they catch you on the street, you can have a ticket to get out of this bus. $500. It's a price. If you pay $500, they release you. So if you have $500 in your pocket, you are free to go.
And they don't catch you again?
They will catch you again. And they will ask you for $500 again.
But they keep their word. If you pay them $500, they let you out of the bus.
Yes, they let you out of the bus, but next day they will catch you again and will ask for $500 again. They catch hundreds of people every day.
But they're not allowed to take that $500.
Of course.
I see. That's the corruption.
Yes, to escape from Ukraine, it was $4,000 to escape. Now it's $50,000 to drive out of Ukraine.
At the moment?
At the moment,
The roads are blocked. The roads are...
men are not supposed to leave the country.
Men, as in normal civilians?
Yes, and...
by road, they're not allowed to?
If you are older than 18 years old and not older than 60 years old, you are not supposed to leave country now, for all this time. There is no official like procedure of paying and leaving, but if you are disabled, if you're something like this, then you can leave the country.
How did you get out?
I paid.
What, the illegally? Paid
Illegally, yes.
Fuck me.
Every one of my friends here paid. None. So there are two ways: you pay or you escape. There is no legal way, and believe me, if you see Ukrainian men here, everyone, 100% they paid. They will not, of course, they will never tell they pay, but all of them they paid.
But once they pay, then the British government will support them once they arrive in the UK soil?
Yes. But no, this payment is like, we never speak about this.
Okay.
Nobody knows. And,
Yeah.
But it's...
But the payment only gets you across the border. You've still got to drive or...
You pay to people who lead you through the... not through the border. You live illegally. Through the forest.
Oh, fuck.
But if you want
On
to
foot?
live illegally...
On foot?
On foot, yes.
How the fuck did you get to UK then? From...
The car was driven out by foreigner from Ukraine.
Oh, well done. Not this car. Something
This
else.
car, I asked a guy
Foreigner.
from Moldova, he came to Ukraine, he took this car and
Parked it somewhere and you...
we met, yes.
And obviously it had enough charge for you to drive off. You said,
Yes,
please
yes.
charge it.
No, it was enough. We have chargers in Ukraine.
Of course.
And in Moldova there are chargers and like you can plug it in any socket. So
Jesus Christ.
it was very funny.
That's well done. I mean, that's...
A friend of mine who came, he also paid, and all others. One of friend of mine, he made his like a disability, so he is
Yeah.
disabled now. And,
Oh, he injured himself.
no,
Oh,
he
he-
paid for doctors. Nobody injures himself.
I don't know.
You can injure yourself only if you go to front line. Then you will definitely injure yourself, believe me. And they paid for this disability, and then he can go back to Ukraine and vice versa. But now, today, this option is $50,000.
For what? For leave?
Make a disability.
Oh,
Yeah, you pay doctors, and it's not official payment, as you understand. It's all
No, I
corruption.
understand.
There are
the doctors are corrupt. Some of
all
them.
of them are corrupt now.
All of the doctors. Most of them.
Yes, most of them. If they are not corrupt, they are in jail. Because
You're serious about this? Even
yes,
the doc-
absolutely serious.
But there are still doctors in Ukraine, in the hospitals that
And
are
very
working.
good doctors.
And there were,
Much better than here, believe me.
and the hospitals,
Especially dentists. Here there is no dentists at all.
but in Ukraine there are still hospitals that are working, functional.
Yeah, of course.
Where
Yeah.
mostly around Kiev or
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everything is working everywhere like before war. Everything works like before war.
seriously.
But now, if you want to build a house, you can't fight builders because they are afraid of going up. Out
Yeah,
of the
otherwise they'll get captured and
Yes.
taken to the front.
Yeah,
You're strong, nice, strong man. Let's take you.
yeah.
But definitely Ukrainian territory is being eaten slowly, taken
Every
away.
day, believe me,
50 meters,
1 kilometer every day at least.
and then this
For the last month, it was 1,000 square kilometers for this 1 month.
and then the captured territory by the Russians. What do they do with it? Build houses, just occupy it militarily, or
They build houses, they renovate, yeah.
and they renovate the existing houses. Do they move any Russians in, or not yet? Because it's still
No,
dangerous.
there are Ukrainians who lived there. They still live there.
Oh right, under the Russians then.
Yes, they get Russian passports and still continue living.
No. So they're becoming Russia's citizens.
Yes, all of them. Or you go, you can, you can escape from. So people who were occupied by Russia, they can escape from Russia to any other country and go here. But if you are in Ukraine, you can't. So a lot of people stay until they got occupied to escape, and they come here then.
As Russian citizens.
No, it's
But Russian passports.
It's not an obligatory to get this passport.
Oh.
But if you want to stay there, you will have to make this passport. Because
If you want to stay there, you need to make it.
yes,
But if you need to leave, you don't need to make it.
no, you don't need to make it.
But as a Russian, you can just leave without a passport.
It's not. If you are Ukrainian and you were occupied,
Yeah.
you can leave Russia with Ukrainian passport. Yes.
Or with a Ukrainian passport.
Yes. You just say, I was occupied, sorry, and you go out, and that's all. So lots of people, they at the beginning of this, they stayed to be occupied to escape. It's not about. It's nothing about in the news. Yeah.
You don't watch the news, but I feel it's the truth what you're saying.
News is shit. Absolutely, don't believe it. All this shit.
I think. Okay, I need to think about this. Okay, I'll see you. Okay.
See you.
До свидания.
Yeah.
JC out.